Happy birthday. Hello. It's my birthday. It's not. Happy birthday to me, I guess, maybe? Is what I was thinking of saying. I guess I have a lot on my mind. I'm kind of filtering here. So let's not filter. Unfilter. How do I unfilter? Aggressive. I appreciate it. I respect that. Unfilter. So Linux is pretty neat. I got a few more parts, and I've been thinking about there's probably 3 different things that I want to make at this point, or that I kind of have designs and plans for, but all 3 of them have some level of overlap, and I don't know if it's best to make all 3 or maybe 4, or to combine a couple of them and, you know, make some allowances. Well, if my past is any indicator, perhaps I should do one extreme and the other extreme. But I've just been down on what people are doing, or rather what they're not doing, I guess. I'm disappointed in a lot of the creativity. Well, I shouldn't say. I feel disappointed because I don't think what I'm doing is special. I feel like other people should be doing what I'm doing. You know, exploring the same kind of stuff, same kind of things. This is that Raspberry Pi thing. And I think I posted one vlog about it. I'm not sure if I posted one. I had like 3. One where I was angry, one where I was still kind of angry, and one where I was kind of over it. And I think I posted the one where I was kind of over it. Either that or I didn't post any of them. Either way, I was reminded of this morning, and there are like 7 squirrels on that lot. What is going on there? They're very close to each other too. That's surprising. I gotta get a sling bow. That's actually one of those things. I was thinking about 3D printing a slingshot, because then you could just like add stuff to it. The potential for I like the slingshot as an idea for something that's rather portable, you know, small profile, but you can fish with it and you can hunt with it, you know, medium to largish game. I mean, I've heard of them taking a deer, but you know, that's something I'd like to explore, really. Bows are big. It's also still archery season right now, and my ankle feels quite good. I would even dare say it's better. You know what? I'm going to call it. It's better. It's 100% better. My ankle is awesome. So I'll have an opportunity to get back out hunting before the end of the season. That's a stop sign, bro. How do they even work? So those squirrels. Soon. No. But yes. Goodness gracious. Was I talking about Linux tablets? Just wave your arms wildly if I was talking about Linux. Okay, great. Okay, thank you. this idea, my disappointment is immeasurable in my days ruined. One of those was set to unlisted, and I was kind of going back and forth on a few of those videos because I didn't feel like it was a good side of me, but it was a true side of me. So I posted it. It was set to unlisted, so I set it to listed this morning. I think it's called Raspberry Pi tablets or something like that. I don't know how that shows up in the feed, if it's old but unlisted and then it's switched to public, but whatever. Let's see if you can find it. The Linux tablet thing is something that is extremely frustrating because I know that so many people are actively trying to get this going. Like there's like groups on Twitter dedicated to following this and like interesting ideas that are around this. And it all just vanishes. And there's been very little, precious little, perhaps, progress made on it without getting something that's, super proprietary. Because people want their slick hardware, right? Gotta be slick. Meanwhile, I'm embracing the jank and, like, attaching stuff to my... like, adding features, physically adding features and wiring them to my pocket chip. But it's still... it's still dead hardware, and I know that when that chip dies, just like my other one died, I'm gonna be out of luck. So I think the effort, and this kind of brings me back to like why I'm pursuing this stuff, is I want people to be enabled by their technology, not monitored by their technology, not coddled by their technology, not disabled by their technology, hobbled. So I think I am going to make, just to get people to flip over the Raspberry Pi, if you watch that video, I think I am going to make that circuit board. It would probably take me about 20 minutes, but I'll get those printed out and they'll be little adapter boards. I guess you'd still have to solder on the female header connections, though, to connect onto the pins. Yeah, maybe. But that's an easy solder job too, and it doesn't even have to line up that well. Yeah, whatever. The point was to make something that actively punishes people who want to pay for it and rewards people who want to work with it, who want to, get their hands dirty a little bit. Yeah, maybe a little bit of soldering is gonna... What on earth is going on? I gotta go hunting. Goodness gracious. There's just like piles of squirrels getting together and like it seemed to be genially conversing over whether or not one of them's going to get to keep the acorn. Usually they're like aggressive and chasing each other and fighting and staying away from each other. This is very strange. Maybe it's a late season thing. I haven't really been noticing squirrels properly for a while. And noticing. The adventures of the man who just started noticing things. Story of my life. The story of the last few years, I should say. That's definitely not my life. But I think I made some good points in that video. And part of why I do keep these videos and make these videos is because I remind myself later when I watch them again and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. I should do that. But the potential for getting people to have a good working Linux tablet is just too great to pass up on. So I'll see about putting some energy back into that. I do have that 7-inch touchscreen that's just sitting there, not doing much because it has to be wired to a wall, and if I have to be wired to a wall to do it, because the battery pack doesn't fit. Plus I'm 3D printing now, so I should be able to get a very nice, super weird, I should be able to get a very nice low profile on it. Plus I'm sure with a little bit of effort I could get featured on those dumb websites. with their Arduino powered Skittle color sorting machines. It's just disappointing. It's also tiresome. So there is a guy. I made a Twitter comment, and he replied with some kind words on this same topic. I'm pretty sure that's the dude that's doing the FGC9 in Europe. The guy that's designing a properly 3D printed gun in Europe. And that was actually derivative work. When I listened to his an interview he had on a podcast, he said that it was a derivative work of his I think it was the Shutty, SHUTY, which I'm guessing was a play on the Luddy, the PA Luddy, which is pretty awesome. But that thing is, it requires a few steel hardened parts, and then some, counter mass, because it's a direct blowback. So there's, a few chunks of steel, but they are extremely simply tooled, I guess. They're simple to work with, and I am not staring quite directly into the sun. But they're really not bad. And once you have those bolts, and again, those bolts it's literally just like two tubes of steel welded together, and one has a hole through it. And after you have that, you've pretty much done it. The rest is just 3D printing. So that is a 3D printed gun that isn't actually a meme, and it cycles. So that sucker's semi-automatic. I shouldn't say that. The barrel is now on the first guy that made it. He made the Shutty MP9, and then he made the AP9, and that's a good Google, or drop that into YouTube. That's pretty cool to look at, because he has the build process and the design process and all the stuff he went through. But the guy in Europe, the guy in America used a barrel for it, just a Glock barrel. It was pretty standard 9mm. But in Europe, those parts are regulated. So that's when he developed the it's electrocathode milling, ECM. It's a process of removing metal using electricity, and he uses that to rifle a barrel, which is pretty impressive. And he's, of course, publishing all of his results and his process. And that gun that he developed, the FGC9, is pretty close to release. So that's pretty exciting. But, I think that was that guy. And he was offering some kind words about, trailblazing, and I guess it's just kind of why I shared that video. I don't know. I feel all over the place. I just need more coffee. Happy birthday. See? I did it again. Okay. Bye.